Hey everybody, welcome back. Been gone for a little while, but we are over on a new map and driving erratically. It is raining. I think we've had more days of rain on this new map than we had on the old map.
106, but it's not been, what's the word? We haven't been fertilized.
But it's ready.
Yep.
We thought we were going to be ready to,
Sunflowers. That can be chopped, right?
not with this header. And anything could be mowed. Get a mower. Yeah, let me do that.
Alright, well, I'll look at corn again.
Hey Alan. Hey, you got anything you need cultivated? We thought we were, but we thought we needed to, we thought we had some fields ready to go, but turns out we don't. So, kind of looking for some fields that need harvested. Don't have any of those yet, but I do have some digestate and a cultivator. I could definitely do a little of that work. Do your fields need that?
Check out 91.
Somehow this bunker is like half
corn,
uncovered.
it's red.
91. It says it's sunflowers for me.
Ah, crap.
Hey, Christopher, what's up? Good. Maybe we'll get the, we'll get this thing unblanketed finally at some point. So on this map, we are running the BGA. And in theory, we don't own any fields. We just do contract work. And all of our current contracts for corn are growing. I thought by tonight we'd have a couple that were ready to go. But they're all in a growing stage. Probably won't be ready to go until Tuesday. Hey, Rockhound, what's up? So you caught us at a point where we're trying to figure out what we need to get done, what we can do. See if there's any contracts. Harvesting. Oh, we could do potatoes. Sounds awful. Baling, can't do that. Can't do any harvesting contracts because it's raining. Not really equipped to do any contracts anyway.
Good to know then.
Well, I could buy that sunflower field. Chop it. Was it 92? No, 106.
106 is the big one, and I think 90 or 91 is the other.
All right, I bought 106 and 91. We'll do both, and then I'll contract out somebody to harvest or plant those. Let's get a mowing head. This will do sunflowers on it. Oh my gosh, this won't even do sunflowers. Here, this won't do. Nothing will do sunflowers, will it? Guess what? The mower heads don't even do sunflowers. We're really stuck. This is called lack of planning.
You can sell them back without a loss, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is terrible. BGA alert. What's the BGA alert, or is this? Let's see here. What do we got going on here? Ready to harvest. It's 57. Oh, gee. I think it's a bust. I think it's a bust. BGA income. Oh, we did pretty good yesterday. All right, well, let's see here. What if we retool and fire up something else? Well, we fire up we could fire up old streams. What do you guys think?
Yep.
I guess I could fire up Black Mountain Stables too. One of the two. Let's do Black Mountain Stables. How about that? That won't take long to retool. Alright, well, since it's a bust, I think I'm just going to flip over to the Black Mountain Stables.
Alright.
Thanks for dropping by.
Hey, no problem.
Let's get this a little more full. I mean, it's up to 50 grand. Cut it down. Let's go over here and make sure this is turned off. There we go. That's turned off. All right, guys. So I'm going to pause real fast, and we'll be right back with Black Mountain Stables. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Since the server's not ready, we'll just do Black Mountain Stables for now. Have like 4 fields all under contract, all in the second stage of growth. We don't have a growth stage for another 33 game hours. And we've got to go through 2 growth stages to get to the last growth stage for chopping. No, it wasn't. Was not. Got booze on the brain. So here we are, Black Mountain Stables. Anybody that's watched the recorded series knows that been doing this, and we haven't had a Black Mountain Stables for a while. That is basically because I just have not had time to do any off-screen work. Not even been on the map here for probably about a week. Got to figure out what stage we are at. It's Rockhound's great bunker silos. Love these things, and apparently so do lots of other folks, because they have gotten themselves lots of downloads. Great news. Let's go ahead and check our animals. I gotta get up to speed. Where are we at? Good feed our chickens. Good with them. They're all pretty good. Let's crack out our crazy dual axle Mahindra and get our chickens some feed. Oops. Oops. How do you get a leveler stuck in the wall? That's what I want to know. Thinking about switching over, closing this series out and switching over to old streams. Running some old equipment. What do you guys think? Apparently things happen. Let me change the title before people are like, this isn't that map. Now let's go to change the description later, but at least I'll change the title. And we could go with a little more wheat for our chickens, and then we're going to go make some hay over by the horses. Anyone that's watched this series knows where we left it. How did I break your brain? Oh, I took another. Wow, a lot. Oh, I didn't know you liked that map. That map came out toward the end of 17, didn't it? I mean, it wasn't really a long time before 17 was done. That map came out. I know I looked at doing a map video for it in 17, but I didn't, simply because well, I didn't feel like taking the time to do the translations and whatnot. But when I saw it come out for 17, I figured, or 19, I figured also in 17 it had a lot of, I think it had more complex stuff going on with factory scripts and M Company stuff. But I figured in 19 it wouldn't be that bad. So I did translate the manual, so that's somewhat English. Kind of broken English, but it's still English. Anyone following the recorded series knows that when we left it, we've got a Bale trailer down here from the Anderson Group DLC that in the storyline they wanted us to test out and see if we liked it. So it's right here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use this to pick up the bales. Sure, the Dodge is heavy enough. All this thing. Oh yeah. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, so the 19 one's not as complex as that. Still a little confusing as to where certain things are. Simply because of the fact that the cows sometimes aren't in the same general spot as other things, like your, food triggers. Food trigger might be over at a building, quite removed from where your cows are. I saw your comment about alfalfa over on Facebook. Who was I seeing? I saw somebody post some images they had of some bales. They were like, you had like clover bales, alfalfa bales. You had four different bales. They were all different colored. I forget where that was. Hey Ryan, I have absolutely no idea about Welker Farms. Drop that off here. I think Mapper's Paradise is doing that map, but I have absolutely no idea where they are with the progress. I've not been following it whatsoever. Let's use the good old Ford for this. Shift this over to this side. I didn't know you hated grass. Why do you hate grass? It's the perfect renewable crop. It's better than poplar. Which, by the way, regrows now, if people didn't know. Oh, you hate the look of... Yeah, the grass does look pretty lame. Hoping somebody comes out with a decent-looking grass. We had so many nice-looking grasses in 17. Why can't we bring any of them over? On a big mound or something. Ryan, I don't understand the question. How about book-filled form? When do you think that would be coming out? I don't know. Understand that. Must be like awful autocorrect something. I really liked the. What I really liked was the distance textures, the distance scenery on that map. I mean, it just really popped. Hey, Rastic, what's up? So, there wasn't anything ready for me to do on the other map. So we switched over. And I think you meant on the spreadsheet to put field 80 as opposed to 81. Because 81's ready to harvest, but it's wheat. 80 has corn in it, but it's still in the early stages of growing. So, needless to say, I didn't take your wheat. And anybody that's over on the other map, I have a slurry tanker, I've got a cultivator attachment, and I've got a whole bunch of digestate. Are you kidding me? Imagine this must be a live stream joke. I'm going to flip this around and mow the other way. There we go. Now we're not going to be driving on our grass. Yeah, like I said, I had to switch because turned out there was nothing to do on the other map for me. All the contracts were waiting. Yep, it moves with the mouse. Left click and side to side. Swings it side to side. So if you want it on the left, swing it to the left. If you want it on the right, you can swing it to the right. Depending on how long this grass takes, we might ride some horses up into the mountains. For anybody that's not seen this map. I think it'd be cool if Hoot was able to bring this over to console. I thought he uploaded it to Mod Hub, but then I don't know. I've heard different stories. I don't recall any of them. Hey Talons, what's up? So I'm thinking that the pre-recorded series are going to take a little bit of a hiatus from me. And that's simply because I've got some stuff going on. And I need to focus on that And of course, the pre-recorded stuff. You know, from time to time, I can hammer out 3 or 4 episodes fairly quick. You know, in the course of an evening or an afternoon. And other days, it takes you like a day and a half just to get prepped to do one video. So I think the pre-recorded map, or the pre-recorded series, is going to take a little bit of a break. We'll do live streams. Trying to figure out if I'm going to convert this over to live stream map, or if we're just going to move away from this over to something else. Kinda got an itch for the old stream, or the old streams farm. Kinda got an itch. Speaking of seasons, how about that crop rotation graphic they gave us out? What do we think about crop rotation and seasons coming up? Man, that sounds interesting. Well, Joe, I didn't think about putting it in, and I already had this. Like I said, this stream was literally a last minute, well, not last minute, we were 10 minutes into the live stream when I switched over to it. Because I was a little late jumping on the multiplayer server, and didn't realize that I didn't really have any work to do over there. All right, Raznik, check you later. Oops, sorry about that. Thanks for the sub, Andrick. That's right, I'm on PC, so... nope. How well are we doing? Going pretty good. Pretty good for not paying attention. Plus the haybine, oh my god, it's wider but it's slower. Is it a 1-to-1 trade-off? I don't know. What other maps do I like? Well, at the moment I've got the itch to play old streams. There's lots of maps out there that I like. There's very few maps out there that I get the itch to play. And at the moment, I've got the itch for old streams. I've got another local save going on new... What's that one? The other one came out new... Which Shire? Is that it? What's that other one that came out this week? Is it New Woodshire? Wood something. Yeah, that one. So I've got another save on that one. Just kind of messing around with it, experimenting with some things. So what I understand about those two cow areas, DB, is one of them does not do milk. The smaller one, I don't think does milk. I didn't realize that during my video because I don't think I paid attention to the cows after I bought them. But from what I've been told, the second cow area, it doesn't do milk. We'll have to check it out next time you boot the map out. Put a cow in there and see. I am in Virginia. What's wrong with Field 7, Bill's bub? I was going to do some interesting stuff on old streams. Ended up moving a lot of that saved equipment over to Woodshire. But turns out I've just started using the starting equipment. I don't have too many hours on that so far. I don't know how many I've got, but it's not a whole lot. Along quite nice. Last few times I've mowed this, we get about 30 some bales off of it. On old streams, I was going to use that that Fourchette mower and tractor. There was a big old nasty gnarly looking tractor came out for PC this week. Old school looking thing. I think it was like 250 horsepower. I'm going to use that. I don't know. I had a bunch of stuff. We might be doing an old streams live stream this week. Am I? Probably not. Probably not. But since you brought it up, I'll tell everybody about the contest. So Black Sheep Modding announced over on their Discord channel that they're going to do a little contest. See who can build out the best, in their opinion, the best farm in that northern area, what I call the mini-map to the north. Basically, build out your farm, submit one photo only, to their Discord channel, the appropriate channel, and they see at some point in time they're going to pick a winner, whoever they think has the best looking farm up there. Well, I could go back in cab. It's probably less dizzying if I do it in cab. Now, let's see how that goes. Well, Joe, it's slow by nature. I don't know how fast those things mowed in real life. Or still mow in real life. But I know when we used one on the farm, when we ended up upgrading to a disc bind, I remember my grandfather was like, he was ecstatic how fast he could mow the alfalfa and everything. So I think by their very nature they are slow because they use a sickle bar, and you can only run so much material through that sickle bar before it jams up. Get a rock in there, it'll break the tooth off. You'll bend the sickle bar guides. We were always doing repairs on the teeth, on the knives, or whatever you want to call them. Then when we went to the disc bind, it's got little thin blades. You look at the blades, you're like, will this thing actually cut? Because they only stick out like an inch, inch and a half or something. The thing spins at such an RPM that it just devours whatever you put through it. I think, DB, if I do that, I probably would use the modding weld American pack. Probably bump the clock speed up a little bit. Well, we're almost done. Side swing disc, is that like the Coon mower that's in game? Attaches to the back of the tractor and swings out the side. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen too many farmers around here use those. Most of the mowers that I've seen in use around here are trailed. Hey, James? I don't think I've ever, I don't think I would know what a double sickle bar mower would look like. You're just about done. With our endless circles. Oh, I know the raised the mower, didn't I? Wrong button, huh? Look at that nice V pattern. What? It looks pretty. Don't y'all think it looks pretty? That's what I was thinking. I was kind of thinking the same thing. All right. Finish that off. There we are. Get her tedder. I don't think I ever bought a power washer for over here. I do like this real dirt. Got grass stains all up on everything. He's in bed. That's why he's not doing nothing. Oh, the tedder's behind the baler. I was like, where's the tedder at? Alright, let's get to town. Ted the hay. It's something we don't really do around here. We just let the sun dry it out. I didn't even know what the heck this thing was. We don't see links. Links don't post in chat. Nah, YouTube blocked it before we even got to it. or driving in circles. I'll try to remember to take a look at that rake later. The way I can see what a the double sickle bar mower looks like. Oh no! Back up. Go. Do it right, we can get two cuts, 2 rows with the mower with tedder on one pass. Make half as long. It's interesting how so much farm equipment ends up being so regional in use. Mowers that are in use pretty heavily prevalent on the east. They're not in the Midwest, and stuff that's in the Midwest sometimes isn't in use in the Southwest. And definitely stuff used in the U.S. Can be completely different than what's used in elsewhere in the world. Hey Sean, what's up? I did see for the first time farmer using some butterfly mowers like a year and a half ago. First time I'd ever seen a real butterfly mower. Up until that point, they were just in-game. They were just, you know, I'm sure they were real, but I had never seen one, so they were, you know, as far as I was concerned, they were fictional. But then I saw one for real. I had to like double take, like, whoa, what is that? I've seen those things before. Probably wasn't 3 years ago I saw my first Fent in real life. Like, what is that doing here in Virginia? I wonder if I've got that. I think I've got that auto unload round baler script in. I won't have to be stopping every 20 seconds. Hey Diedrich, what's up? Thanks for dropping by. We've taken a little bit. We took a little bit of a live stream hiatus last week, mostly because I was on the live stream server on Thursday, and it was about 9:15 before I realized that I didn't even have a thumbnail made up, and I was like, well, I guess there goes that stream. Then I didn't have any work to do Friday on the server. Yesterday I didn't really feel like streaming much. I've never seen a man truck. I looked one day. One day I decided to look. And as best I can tell, there's no dealers in the United States that deal in man trucks. Guess that we won't see those, which is kind of fine. I don't really like them. I don't really like the look of lots of the European trucks. Just kind of look a little toyish. But again, it's what you're used to. I don't know. I don't even think they look like. I don't even think they look like American cab overs. But you know, to each their own. Take too long at all. Now for the ultimate cab over experience, you need to get Rockhound's POW truck. I think he's a beast. Lots of chrome and she's pretty. It is indeed a Kenworth A100 POW truck. Our communication insignia is about to be vanished for another few days. You know, I know those trucks are that way because they want to be smaller because the tighter areas in Europe. Lots of the cities are much narrower roads, smaller accesses. I've never heard that. I don't understand. I don't know how would you link? I don't know how you'd link somebody to another video. Like with one of the end screens or something. I've never heard of that. That doesn't mean it's not true. I don't know. All right, James, thanks for coming by. Hey Dave, what's up? Getting ready to windrow, and then we're going to bale up some hay for the horses. Oh, traveling. Boston, you wouldn't be at PAX East, would you? No. How was it? All right, let's give Case a little run. Arms. Hey Fabio, what's up? I don't know if they added more hoses on more stuff or not. Some stuff windrowed. So what was the big draw at PAX East? I'm doing pretty good. Hoping you get your computer issues fixed, Fabio, so we can once again enjoy multiplayer together. Days gone. I've not heard that, but no surprise. I don't do PS4. Did you get a Farm Sim plushie or squeezy or whatever you want to call them? I saw somebody posted a picture. Pretty funny, funny expression of I guess what you look like when Giants doesn't have any more squeeze toys. And not to get hung up on anything. Hey Dana, what's up? What is Days Gone? What's the what would the genre of that be? On this map, I definitely have. It was quite a long time ago. We've been playing a series on this map for probably the last 6 weeks. Hey, Dumpy. That's called Black Mountain, Montana. And probably goes back, probably, what are we in? We're in February, March? It was probably in January sometime. Oh, you're moving out, you're moving to Belgium. That's quite a trip. Yeah, just check the playlist. It's going to be back there a fair little ways. It's been updated since I started the series, and I haven't put the update in. But get it at PCSG or FSUK. Yeah, it kind of sounded like a survival title. Yeah. Arkansas, man. Oh, southern farming. Seven-hour flight, and then, I mean, that's a big deal. You gotta, I guess, is it a long-term assignment or short-term? And you have to worry about selling your house or whatever, moving all your stuff. Is this a little more short-term? Go. Well, now this area over here at the horse ranch, I've changed it around a bit. So the horse ranch did not have the horse stable, nor does it have the shed over there, or the house in the background. I put all of those things in. So I put the horse stable, I put the house with the fence in the background there in, I put this shed over here in. The rest of the stuff around here is how you would see it. And then the other farm over on the other side, I did farm manager, so I basically placed that whole farm over there. But yeah, it's a fun little map with little farming, a lot of woods, a lot of mountainous. Do all kinds of stuff with it. I know some folks that have done kind of homesteading up in the mountains. They bought some land, basically cleared the trees and put down the roots. Planted up or plowed up some ground and basically made some fields up in the mountains. If you are looking to do like a homesteading thing, then when we get done raking here, I'm going to run up into the woods, into the mountains. I'll show you some stuff we did up there. Split the hedgerows and put it up. Well, I wish you luck. When do you flying out? Yeah, there's lots of potential spots for you to do that up there. Horseback Ridge down there in the south is a prime spot for that. There's already some area already cleared out. But over at modhoster.de, it's a modder named Nostalgic Farmer. It's got lots of really great old school looking buildings that you could use. It's got an old barn, got an old horse stable and chicken coop, and hayloft that all would fit really great. Go. I tell you, the thing I'm looking forward to with seasons the most is the fact that hay and grass and straw will vanish when they're left on the field. You know, the little scraps that you end up missing. Well, with normal play, they just stick around forever. But with seasons, they'll go away. As they did in 17. I don't see why they wouldn't do that in 19 also. Almost done. I think I'm going to do maybe a live stream on old streams. I was saying earlier I probably wasn't going to do a normal recorded format for a while. Got some stuff going on, and usually a recorded series. So they end up taking a lot more time than just getting on and doing live streams. Because usually with recorded stuff, there's a fair bit of work you do between videos to get things ready. So a 30-minute video might be 4 hours of prep work. Where's the horse we want? This one. Alright. Let's run up into the woods. I want to show you some of these nostalgic buildings. Got some elk up through here. Gotta watch out for the bears, too. Hey, Steve the farmer, what's up? Up here, there's this nice cabin that overlooks everything. So this comes, yeah, that comes with the map. What I did is basically went down here, we put in this. This is one of Nostalgic's buildings. Meant to be a kind of a logging building, because these are like log racks. Put your logs in here. Then you can store all kinds of stuff up in here. Got a ladder, nice little loft area. Storing some logging stuff up here. Storage around the back. Then he's got also a barn that we placed down here. I tell you if that wouldn't look great for a homesteading up in the mountains. Got a little loft up here again. Put stuff on either side. And then he's got a horse stable that looks a lot like that. Got it on the map. I've got it in here. We've just never added it. See what it would look like right there. Oh, now we have. Put you in it. Hey, welcome back, Raznik. Oh, have they said that the map is coming soon? Midwest Horizons, that is? So this is a horse stable. Pretty cool area. Horses even put manure out when they're in here. And then I've got his chicken coop over here. All have the same general look to them. Okay, let's put that in. So, it's chicken coop. The whole set look really great on any type of a homesteading farm. So there was an update to he did. I just haven't put it in. I'm hesitant to change things after I start a series. I think you mean the L to be a K. I did see that they updated that map, yeah. I mean, I pointed out that this elk floats. The hoot, I don't know, a long time ago. You can see He fixed it a long time ago. I just never bothered with changing it. Oh, of course. You're not close enough? Now you are. Okay. All right. Let's get to baling. Let's see here. Let's reset the bale counter. Left Alt Y. Reset the bale counter. And we have it set to... Dang, that thing's loud. Oh my gosh. Good. We got her set to auto turn off. Man, that thing's loud. That's definitely not all been converted. There's still several functions in Courseplay that are not they're not working. Even loud in cab. Here we go. Drop that down a little bit. There, that's better. It's going to drive around. So there's functions in Courseplay that allow you to use an overloader to unload a harvester. That's not been converted. There's functions in Courseplay for you to level a silage bunker. That's not been converted last time I checked. Actually, let's see here. I've got C. To the C right there is for using an auger wagon or overloader wagon. Then these functions relate to leveling right up here. They haven't been implemented either. So you could also set Courseplay up to use a wheel loader to empty the bunker and sell silage in the digester. So that's not been converted over yet. You could set Courseplay up to scoop manure out of a manure pile and put it into a manure spreader. So there's still some features that haven't been implemented. Lots of the main stuff works. You know, most of the field work, most of your unload courses, all that should work. The ability to do multiple harvesters, multiple pieces of equipment on the field, that all should work. I was really waiting until the overload worked to do a video that would basically encompass using 2 harvesters, 2 overloaders, and a truck. So that's the plan when that function works. But, I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't use Courseplay all that much. I know there's some folks that use it pretty much all the time. What are we going? 12 miles an hour. I thought I set that to 6. Now I know there's folks that hardly do any work themselves, and they just basically tell Courseplay to do stuff. Right, let's slow this down now. I don't want to go 12 miles an hour because I'm missing little bits of hay. You know, there's folks that basically record when they start a map. They go and they spend hours recording courses, and then all they do is just orchestrate hired helpers and Courseplay workers. I mean, for me, that's not where I enjoy. You know, some people enjoy that, others don't. I'm not the kind of person that enjoys that. So I end up just driving around. I'll use Courseplay to do field work when I feel that I could probably best go do something else on the map. Or if I want to orchestrate 4 or 5 things on a field at the same time. I know folks that would use it to, that they hardly ever drive and sell their own crops. They just send Courseplay off to do it, but I don't know, I kind of enjoy driving and unloading and seeing the money come in. It's like that auto drive mod that came out. The auto drive mod, I don't get it. It looks like you'd probably spend hours recording all your various courses from various places to other various places. And then why would you want to do that when you could just actually play the game? Now, if it takes you 4 hours to get everything all worked out, I don't know. But to each their own. Some people like it, some people don't. So, why am I using auto unload? Because I constantly forget to stop the baler. That's why. I'd be driving around with a full baler for who knows how long. Next thing I know, I'll be like, oh, why has this thing been beeping so long? I'm sure this is a modded version. Let's check. Let's check. Oh, it's a lot quieter. Yeah, it's a mod. Let's turn this down. Turn it down. What? It's still loud. Hold on. So I wanted to do round bales on this farm, square bales on the other farm, but then I got away from bales because of the vast amount of mixed rations I had to mix up. Yeah, I could have had course play do the mowing on this. In fact, I did. I think at one point set up a course to mow this field, but I didn't. Since I didn't use course play to rake it, I definitely can't use course play to bale it. Oh, that's pretty good. Since it's about half the number of loads that need to be mixed up. Works well. Feed the cows in half the time. We also went out and got a newfangled belt that can load the mixer right out of the silage heap. We're up to 23 bales. We can now load a mix. We can probably load a load of mixed rations in probably like 3 or 4 minutes now. Lots of bales off. It should be about 30 some. We've already got 24. I get more than 30 some. Funny you mention that, Dumpy, because all this week we've got map videos coming out every day. I don't have planned any mod videos this week. Instead, we're going to have, like 8 or 9 days of map videos every day. Started yesterday with the new Woodshire, today with Old Streams, and then we got 7 more lined up, Monday through Saturday. I guess it's 6 more. Not every map will suit everyone's fancy. That's for sure. There are plenty out there. Yeah, I was looking around at some mods released the end of last week, yesterday, but none of them really struck my fancy as being anything special. Wind Chaser. I don't remember anything named Wind Chaser in 17. Was that a map in 17, or was that something that wasn't in 17? Oh. So there is the XXL Farm folks. They've got a map out for 19. I think they got 2 versions. They got 2 versions of a map out for 19 over at modhoster.de. One's flagged single player. One's flagged multiplayer. I looked at both of them. It didn't seem to make any sense why one was flagged multiplayer. That's the one they did. It's got like 4 huge fields and then 2 big fields. And then everything's to the south. I started doing a map video on that, but then just stopped. I just stopped. Mostly stopped because I just had too many questions while I was recording the video. Like, I think there was only 1 or 2 sell points, but it seemed like there was 5 or 6 dump locations. And it didn't make any sense. A pair of BGAs, I know that. The shop hotspot was nowhere even close to the shop. Really like that. Alright, check you later. Where are we at? We're at 35 bales. If we got 2 more or just 1 more to come out. Hey, over here we can get. There we go. Yep, 36 bales, that's all we're going to get. Oh, so close. Maybe we can get 1 more. Find enough scraps. Let's see. Some of these bales should have mounds of hay in front of him. Only 3 more. There we go, that's it. That'll do it. Well, you know, Steve, what I learned, I can't do poplar bales on this map because I think the map needs to be set up to sell poplar bales. This map definitely has not been set up to do that yet. So that's a problem. I didn't realize that until after I planted that field of poplar. About annoying. Alrighty, let's play with our loader. I like these trailers. We should get a couple loads out of this field. Or one in a part, I should say. Well, they sell for 2,000. They're basically 2,000 liter wood chips. So take the wood chip price times 2. So your money varies on economic level. For us, this map, we're on a hard. The wood chips would be 360 some dollars, I guess. I don't know. This is the. I haven't had too much opportunity to play with the DLC equipment after the last stream I did on it. No, it'll be better when Seasons comes out. Because with Seasons, then the price of poplars or price of wood chips, at least in 17, would go up in the winter. So if you held on to your poplar bales in the winter, they would be worth a lot more than they are in the summer. And then, of course, since you don't have to replant poplar, since it will auto-grow or regrow, it makes the crop a bit more profitable because you don't have then the expense of planting it a second time. What folks aren't sure about is if you only get 3 harvests like sugarcane, or if it's just like grass and you get unlimited regrowth. That's definitely what Seasons does. Requires a lot of planning. And with the recent announcement of incorporating crop rotation, it's going to be even more planning. Because apparently you're going to get better yields depending on your rotation of crops. Let's see here. Why? And oh no. Oh no, I can't back up. Oh, should have been for. I thought once I hit unload I could back up, but I can't. Like animation takes effect and I get pushed forward. That's alright. Live and learn and move on. And if you play long seasons, you gotta do even more planning ahead because of the time, the time it takes before you get to harvest. So in 17, you had different seasons links you could pick. The links were divisible by 3. So you could do 3-day seasons, 6-day seasons, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, or 24-day seasons. There were 4 seasons in a year, obviously. So if you did 3-day seasons, okay, that's the shortest duration. It took three game days for you to get out of spring, 3 game days for summer, 3 for autumn, and 3 for winter. So 12 days in a year. Okay. So in essence, 1 day is equivalent to 1 month in real life. And basically you could have like 9 or 10 game days go by. Well, probably like more like 9. Would have 9 days go by from plant to harvest. That doesn't sound too bad. Except your animals need to be fed every 3 days. Or at least they did in 17. And if you didn't feed your animals, if they ran out, they died. So the idea of just buying animals and not feeding them for days, well, then you wouldn't have any. They would just die away. You had to plan out how many animals you're going to have, when you were going to buy them. You had to buy food for them in advance and all that stuff. You definitely lose crop. They kind of fell apart. Okay. Alright, well that trailer works pretty darn good. What we'll do is we will take her back. We need to feed our horses. Oh, we could feed them some hay. Let's go ahead and do that before we close out for the night. Yeah, so, the best strategy would be to not buy any animals until you had food. So you could maybe go a good part of a year before you could afford to feed your sheep, for example, because you got to wait for the grass to grow. You might not have grass until late till late spring. Come on, look go. But sheep only produced wool in the spring and summer. Let go. Let go already. That's So if you don't buy your sheep until late summer, then you're not going to have much productivity out of them. You might as well not even buy any. And, should I mention, if you weren't familiar with seasons, at least in 17, the animal prices were different at different times of the year. So when your animals were most productive was typically when they were most expensive. So it would cost you more to buy sheep in the spring and summer than it did in the winter or autumn. So if you wanted to save money, then you wouldn't want to buy your sheep until, like, let's say, autumn. It's when they were the cheapest. But they weren't productive until spring. So they didn't produce any wool until spring. There's a lot of nuances, a lot of aspects that changed. And for a lot of folks, well, they found that when they didn't have seasons to really govern why they would make certain decisions, then it just became kind of a turn and burn game where you just aimlessly do field work for no apparent real reason. So I know there's lots of folks out there that are waiting for seasons before they dive into 19. All right, let's take this thing back. Did a great job. Indeed it did, but we just leased it. Got some rain coming. So if we had seasons on this map, I'd be worried about those hay bales that didn't get under the shelter, because they would rot and deteriorate with rain. Yeah, so I like to play long seasons. So I did a recorded series doing 24-day seasons. So that's 24 times 4. That's 96 game days in a year. And that's easy. That's easily 60 days from when you start playing the map until your first crop is ready to harvest. That's 60 days of spending money before you have any money to earn back. You play the game a whole lot different that way. Maps and players that basically would go out and they'd buy these huge fleets, and they would have, you know, 2 harvesters and all of this huge equipment and large numbers of equipment. You'd go bankrupt just paying daily fees and whatnot. So you end up playing things by basically play it where you only own what you need. You know, you don't have a harvester from day one because there's going to be 60 days before you need it. You might plant your crops and then sell your seeder because you won't need it for another 70 days. And you don't need that expense lying around. I forgot I couldn't cut through here. But yeah, I'm a little perturbed. We went and put poplar in here, and then I discovered, well, I can't sell them. But you say there's Stevie has a mod, like a sell point, or something you add to your mod folder that lets existing maps sell them. I'll have to go check it out. Alright guys, well that's going to do us for the night. I know we started out over on the multiplayer server. That didn't work out so great because, well, talking about the Rockhound truck. No, I don't have the Rockhound truck. Because we realized that we didn't have any work to do. Well, then we switched over here and we got the field grass mowed and everything. So that was cool. It took almost 2 hours of playing time. If I did that off camera, that would have been 2 hours of just doing that. Let's see here. How's that? Same thing. How's everybody doing here? That's good. Yep. All right. So thanks for watching. We'll be probably over on the multiplayer server. What's today? Sunday. Probably on Tuesday. I'll have to check and see if the crops are ready or not. If not Tuesday, probably Wednesday. And we might be doing a little Old Streams Farm live streaming. Maybe as early as tomorrow. Depends on what we get set up. So until next time, guys. Happy farming.